Mike Wolfe reveals his pre-war Harleys and more going to auction. American Pickers star Mike Wolfe is now ready to auction his pre-war Harleys and several other vintage motorcycles. The reality star is passionate about bikes and has been collecting vintage pieces for more than 30 years. Currently, he owns 110-plus motorcycles, of which 62 pieces will be up for auction at the forthcoming Meckham Auctions event to be held in Las Vegas. So why is Mike Wolfe selling his precious vintage collection? Keep reading to find out the details. Mike Wolfe loves to collect vintage motorcycles. Mike has spent a bigger part of his life combing through the ordinary to find pieces that hold value. He has traveled to different parts of the country and even beyond to hunt for items that can be a part of his antique store or keep one for his private collection. One thing he is on a constant lookout for is motorcycles. So his recent announcement came as a shocker to longtime fans who have watched him collect each of these vintage motorcycles. As per Fox News, most of these motorcycles are in the same condition as they were found by the reality star. Talking about his as-found collection, Mike Wolfe said, "I've always celebrated the fact of something being as found, because I've wanted to continue its journey with me the same way I found it. I feel connected to it if I leave it as found." Mike Wolfe doesn't believe in restoring the motorcycles. He further explained that every dent and every scratch in the bike tells a tale and holds history. Restoring it removes the only thing that makes it special, and this is not something the reality star likes. Now, if I was to clean this thing or take it apart and restore it, it would immediately mean not much to me at all, because then you start looking at the restoration, and you stop looking at the history of the bike, he concluded. The American Picker star explained that most of these bikes have a special place in his heart. But I have been reflecting, like a lot of people have, whether it's age or COVID or life in general, what I want the next 20 years to be. Obviously, a lot of that's connected to family. But with a collector, a lot of the stuff becomes family, so there are decisions to be made, he revealed. Mike's passion for bikes started with being bullied. Mike Wolfe's interest in motorcycles started with being bullied. As a kid, he tried to avoid bullies by making his way home through alleys. On his way, he came across a lot of junk materials in several garages. Soon, Mike started befriending some garage owners that had junk overflowing. This is what sparked imagination in Mike, and someone else's trash became his treasure. Mike Wolfe, the man synonymous with treasure hunting on History Channel's American Pickers, has built a reputation for unearthing forgotten gems from America's past. His love for vintage Americana, particularly motorcycles, is no secret, and over the years, he has amassed an enviable collection of pre-war Harley-Davidsons. But now, in a move that has sent waves through the collectors' community, Wolfe has announced that he is putting a significant portion of his prized collection up for auction. For fans and collectors alike, this is a rare opportunity to own a piece of history, curated by one of the most knowledgeable pickers in the business. The passion behind the collection. Mike Wolfe's passion for motorcycles started long before American Pickers became a household name. As a young boy, he was captivated by the craftsmanship and history behind early motorcycles, particularly Harley-Davidsons from the pre-war era. These bikes represented more than just machines to Wolfe. They were pieces of American heritage, embodying the spirit of adventure, freedom, and ingenuity that marked the early 20th century. Over the years, Wolfe scoured the country, searching barns, garages, and forgotten collections for these rare finds. His dedication to preserving the stories behind each motorcycle made his collection stand out. Each bike in his stable wasn't just a restoration project. It was a narrative of American industrial prowess, wartime necessity, and the birth of a subculture that would go on to define generations. I've always been drawn to the stories, Wolfe said in a recent interview. These bikes tell tales of the open road, of people who lived through some of the toughest times in American history, and of how machines like Harleys gave them hope and freedom. Pre-war Harleys, the crown jewels of Wolfe's collection. The centerpiece of Wolfe's auction is his collection of pre-war Harley-Davidsons. These bikes, built before World War II, are among the most sought after in the world of vintage motorcycles. What makes them special is not just their age, but the craftsmanship, rarity, and historical significance that each bike holds. Harley-Davidson, founded in 1903, played a crucial role during the war, producing bikes for both military and civilian use. These pre-war models, however, are more than just functional machines. They are icons of American design. Among the bikes up for auction is a 1936 Harley-Davidson EL Knucklehead, a model that revolutionized the motorcycle industry with its overhead valve engine. This particular bike, one of the earliest of its kind, is in pristine condition, having been carefully restored by Wolfe and his team. The Knucklehead is a symbol of innovation, and owning one is like owning a piece of the Harley-Davidson legacy. Another gem in Wolfe's auction is a 1929 Harley-Davidson JD, known for its distinctive twin-cradle frame and powerful engine. This model was a favorite among early motorcycle enthusiasts for its speed and durability. Wolfe's JD is particularly rare, as it still features many of its original parts, something that is increasingly hard to find in bikes of this era. These bikes are a part of me, Wolfe admitted, reflecting on his decision to part with them. But I've always believed that history should be shared. These machines belong to the road and to the people who love them. More than just motorcycles. While the pre-war Harleys are the crown jewels of the auction, they are far from the only treasures Wolfe is parting with. His collection also includes an array of vintage signs, motorcycle memorabilia, and rare parts that he has collected over the years. These items, like the bikes, tell a story of America's industrial past, of small-town garages, mom-and-pop shops, and a time when hand-painted signs were works of art. One of the more unique items in the auction is a rare 1940s Harley-Davidson dealership sign. This massive, neon-lit relic once hung outside a small dealership in the Midwest, and Wolfe has painstakingly restored it to its former glory. For collectors of vintage Americana, this piece is a rare find, offering a glimpse into the golden age of Harley-Davidson. Other items include early motorcycle helmets, oil cans, and vintage riding jackets, each with its own backstory and connection to the world of early motorcycles. Wolfe's love for these pieces is evident, and it's clear that each item in the auction has been chosen not just for its value, but for the story it tells. The auction, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. For those looking to own a piece of Mike Wolfe's legacy, the upcoming auction is a dream come true. Hosted by Meckham Auctions, a leader in the world of collector cars and motorcycles, the event is expected to draw enthusiasts from all over the globe. Meckham's involvement ensures that the auction will be a top-tier event, with professional presentation and bidding options both in person and online, making it accessible to collectors everywhere. The auction will also be a chance for fans of American pickers to see Wolfe's collection up close. While the show has given viewers a glimpse of his passion for motorcycles, the auction offers a more intimate look at the pieces that Wolfe has cherished for years. It's not just an auction. It's an event that celebrates the world of vintage motorcycles and the man who has spent his life preserving them. Saying goodbye for Wolfe, the decision to auction off these items is bittersweet. It's hard to let go, he admitted. But I believe that these bikes, these pieces of history, deserve to be out there in the world, being ridden, being seen, and being appreciated. Wolfe's decision is also driven by a desire to focus on new projects and to continue this lifelong journey of uncovering America's hidden treasures. "There's always something new out there," he said with a smile. "Something waiting to be found." As the auction date approaches, anticipation is building. Collectors, enthusiasts, and fans of Wolfe are all eager to see what happens when these pieces of American history go under the hammer. For Wolfe, it's a chance to share his passion with the world, and for those lucky enough to place the winning bid, it's a chance to own a piece of that passion. In the end, Wolfe's auction isn't just about selling motorcycles. It's about passing on the legacy of these machines and the stories they carry. As the gavel falls and the engines of his beloved Harleys roar to life once more, Mike Wolfe will have done what he does best: preserved history and shared it with those who appreciate it most.